Hey guys, this is Pej from More Cars, and in today's episode we're going to talk about the Toyota Supra Linage. Alongside the smaller Celica, the Toyota Supra spearheaded Toyota's performance car ambitions from the late 1970s to the early 2000s. Reborn in 2019 and sharing components with the BMW Z4, the six-cylinder version of the fifth-generation car stays true to its 1970s recipe, even if a few ingredients have a German flavor. Almost 5 decades since its first arrived, the Toyota Supra is as super as it ever was. So let's take a look at Toyota Supra's Lineage, starting with Toyota Supra A40, which was also called Super Celica. The first generation of the Toyota Supra was a larger and more powerful version of the smaller Celica. From the doors back, the two cars were very similar. The Supra's front panels almost 13 centimeters longer than the Celica's to squeeze in Toyota's inline 2-liter 6-cylinder engine. The beefy sports coupe was aimed squarely at Datsun's popular Fairlady Z-Car series, packing 110 brake horsepower or 123. Launched in 1978 as the Celica XX, the Supra name only arrived in 1979 when US buyers were given the chance to buy into Toyota's sports car brand. Only available with the 2.6-liter 110 brake horsepower engine option, 0 to 60 miles per hour take a less than super 11 seconds. But the swept-back fast coupe looks gave visual oomph where any physical performance was left wanting. Weight was a trim 1,180 kilograms. 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic transmissions put power down to the real wheels. JDM spec 2-liter MA45 and MA55 cars look identical to the 2.6-liter MA46 and later 2.8 liters MA47s. And with their high-end trappings and luxurious features, the Celica Supra enticed drivers who favored extravagant trimmings. A 4-speaker radio, luggage cover, rev counter, and tiltable steering wheel were all highly desirable comforts in 1979, but electric windows, central locking, and cruise control remain on the options list. Okay, so let's go to the second generation Toyota Supra A60. Debuting in July 1981, the second generation Celica Supra marked the model's debut in Europe. Arriving in August 1982, just 100 cars per month were allocated to the UK. Once again, the car was based on the humbler Celica, the same from the rear to the B-pillars. Just like the A40, an extended front end allowed the 6-cylinder engines to be dropped in. The A60's appearance was wildly different to its predecessor. The masculine and angular bodywork featuring pop-up headlights and flared wheel arches, leaving no doubt that 1980s had arrived. Launched with a 178 brake horsepower 2.8-liter 5MGE twin cam engine, the US cars made do with a lowly 145 brake horsepower, a 5-speed transmission, and independent rear suspension, specially tuned and designed by Lotus, no less. Made enthusiasts drew, but the Toyota wasn't cheap, priced just above an entry-level Porsche 924. In the US, drivers who prioritized performance over luxury could choose a Celica Supra attuned to their desires. P-type performance cars gained fiberglass wing flares and adjustable Supra seats, while L-type luxury versions of Toyota's Brawny Coupe were fitted with auto boxes. Options included a digital instrument cluster and trip computer. Standard Celica Supra equipment included central locking, climate and cruise control, and power mirrors. Music lovers could crank up sound on an optional 5-speed Fujitsu 10 Limited radio cassette player with a 105-watt amplifier and 7-band graphic equalizer. So let's go to Toyota Supra A7, the third generation. The third iteration of the Toyota Supra landed in August 1985 and was notably different from its predecessors, both by the way it looked and a name. Finally, splitting from its Celica sibling, all ties were cut from the smaller model. The new car related to the Toyota Soarer Coupe. Yeah, you have heard it right, Toyota Soarer. Embracing more aero-efficient style, the curvier, sleeker Supra dropped its Celica badging but kept its front engine rear-wheel drive layout. The A60's retractable headlights remained, but little else did. The A70 embracing a more low-slung appearance. A quartet of 6-cylinder engines were available in the MK3 Supra JDM GA70 cars, available in 2-liter 158 horsepower and 207 horsepower Gooses. Power was up to 200 horsepower in European and US MA70 models. The inline 6-pot now displacing almost 3 liters. The car sprinted to 60 miles per hour in 8 seconds with more than 80% of its torque available from 1200 RPM. Starting at nearly $16,000 for the manual, the Supra became a headline grabber for the latest Toyota tech. Part aluminum double wishbone suspension was fitted with electronically controlled Toyota electronically modulated suspension or TMS systems on some models. ABS was another A70 Supra first. Okay, let's go to the most famous generation of Toyota Supra, the Supra A80. The covers were pulled off the 4th generation A80 Supra at the 1993 Chicago Motor Show. Development had begun 4 years before, and yet again, its appearance was a big departure from the generations that had come before. More slippery and curvaceous in shape, a high-rise optional rear spoiler signaled its performance intent. As 1990s safety demands clashed with performance goals, Toyota sharply focused on reducing weight. Early A80 Supras tipping the scales at 1,400 156 kilograms. Where fitted, the rear spoiler was hollow, along with the carpet fibers, the car's more compact dimensions also contributing to the lighter mass. Additional lightweight components included a magnesium alloy steering wheel and a plastic fuel tank. Like the A70, a targa top was an option. Developed under the eye of chief engineer Isao Suzuki, and again sharing a platform with the Soarer, the A80's engine lineup was simplified with the naturally aspirated 220 horsepower and turbocharged 326 horsepower versions of the 3-liter JZ unit seen in the A70. JDM cars were capped at 280 horsepower to adhere to Japan's voluntary performance limits, while Toyota's first 6-speed gearbox, co-developed with Getrack, debuted in the most powerful version of the new car. The only model available in Europe, the proper supercar baiting performance of the turbocharged Supra saw off competition such as the 3.6-liter Porsche 911 Turbo, a comparison which would have been previously unthinkable. Scorching to 60 miles per hour from the rest in just 4.6 seconds, the sequential twin-turbo ensured that 90% of the peak 325 pound-feet torque output was available from as low down as 1300 RPM through 4500, giving the car supremely flexible performance. Euro-spec turbo cars could be easily spotted by their bonnet scoops. We have to mention that the 880 Supra was also a gaming icon. It gained notoriety by way of its appearance in the hugely successful series of Gran Turismo and Need for Speed console driving simulation games. Many a car enthusiast floored the virtual throttle of a Tom's Castrol liveried Supra RZ or SCRA80 on iconic tracks such as Autumn Ring, Deep Forest Raceway, or Trial Mountain. Earlier incarnations such as the A70 Supra GT Turbo Limited and Twin Turbo R also have made appearances. The latest A90 car is also immortalized in the Gran Turismo Sport game. The GR Supra GT Cup running online from April to August 2019, with the final held at the Tokyo Motor Show in October. The Supra also made a name for itself in the world of movies. The first Fast and Furious film of 2001 starred an orange wing-festooned A80 with 700 horsepower as the wheel of Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker. Okay, the latest generation of Toyota Supra, the A90, or we can say Supra Reborn. Most enthusiasts thought the demise of the A80 was the end of the Supra road, but the Toyota's FD1, the imaginary titled Future Toyota One concept of 2014, seemed to reimagine the idea for a new Supra. Penned by Toyota's Calty Design Research Facility in Newport Beach, California, the North American International Auto Show in Detroit played the host to the unveiling of the FD1, the first car to showcase Toyota's new Toyota Global Design philosophy. The FD1 was billed as the ultimate world-class sports car and a true enthusiast track car in the legendary lineage of 2000 GT and Supra. The new concept stirred excitement among Supra fans. In a movie from previous generations, the A90 Supra, like the smaller GT86, was a jointly engineered product. Sharing component with the BMW Z4, the car was expected to be badged Gazoo, referencing Toyota's Gazoo racing art. The 5th generation J29 Supra was unwrapped at the North American International Auto Show in January 2019. Based on BMW's cluster architecture or CLAR platform and built at Magna Steyr in Graz, Austria rather than Japan, the A90 Supra even borrowed a pair of BMW engines. For the first time, a 4-cylinder unit featured in the lineup, the 2-liter turbocharged powerhouse available in 194 horsepower or 255 horsepower states of tune. True to tradition, a 3-liter straight 6-power, the brawniest A90, its 335 horsepower coming, again by way of a turbocharger, another Supra legacy. Front engine and rear-wheel drive and 8-speed ZF automatic transmission was the only gearbox option offered, limited to a top speed of 155 miles per hour. The 3-liter A90 dispensed with the benchmark 0 to 62 miles per hour dash in 4.3 seconds. Wearing a sharp suit which included a stylish double-bubble roof, Chief Engineer Tetsuya Tara led the development of this car. As its name suggests, Toyota Gazoo Racing was instrumental in refining the new car's performance, working extensively on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. The most technically advanced Supra yet, UK and European spec cars feature an active differential. The A90 was the first GR model to be produced by Toyota Gazoo Racing for the global market, and the response to it was phenomenal, with all 900 UK and European market allocations taken ahead of the car's debut in March 2019. Okay guys, now that we're done with the lineage of Toyota Supras, let's talk a little bit about the Toyota Supra in motorsport. So the story of Toyota Supra was of a racing supremacy, pun intended. The A60 kicked off the Supra's motorsport career. Success in British Saloon Car Championship with Win Percy brought a win in 1984. Motorcycle racing supremo Barry Sheen taking the car over in 1985. Per Eklund campaigned a Celica Supra in the Ulster Rally and was declared Group A champion in the same year. An A70 Turbo A, prepared by Tom's, won on its debut in the Japanese Touring Car Championship in 1987. But the car didn't fare well against its established BMW M3, Ford Sierra Cosworth RS500, and Nissan Skyline rivals. Surprisingly, in 1989, the A70 Supra Turbo defended Toyota's BTCC title. The A80 upped the Supra's motorsport ante, the car battling at Le Mans, the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, and mountain races in Switzerland. the US SCCA Series, as well as the All Japan GT Championships from 1995 to 2003. At the 1995 Le Mans, the Supra finished 14th overall, and a modified X Supra Super GT car became the first hybrid car to win a motor race. The 500 horsepower Denso Sarge Supra HVR took victory in the 2007 Takuchi 24-hour endurance event. Toyota Gazoo Racing entered an A90 into the 2019 NASCAR Xfinity Series, while a GT4 concept appeared in March the same year. GT4 customer team cars were announced for the 2020 season, developed by Akrapovic, Pirelli, and Ravenel, eligible for Continental Racing Series and the VLN endurance races at the Nürburgring in Europe, the US Michelin Pilot Series, and the Super TAQ and Super GT GT500 Series in Japan. The GR Supra GT4 contested 84 races and earned 25 class podiums in 2020. It also took 11 class wins and its first AM Cup title in France, and looks set for more success in 2021, competing in the British GT Championship as well as series in Europe and North America Championships. So this is it, guys, everything about Toyota Supra Lineage and its achievements. A Japanese automotive icon, concise and precise as always. So if you like our videos, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to all. Stay tuned.